gotta do to sell a house.
Well, lucky for me, I'll never own a house then. What is this? Pie?
No, it's a torch.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
We done?
15 minutes. It's supposed to be till 4.
How many did you get anyway?
Not many. No serious buyers. Maybe the German, though. It's hard to tell.
Is that what he was? German. I couldn't place the accent. I thought maybe Irish.
Irish?
I couldn't tell.
We should probably get a broker. I think a lot of people are afraid of FSBOs.
Afraid of who?
FSBO, for sale by owner. No middleman. I was trying to avoid the commission, but we should probably get one. This was a wash, I think. I thought we had a bite with that family. The little girl? Nothing, though. Maybe I priced it too high. Just browsing, maybe.
You freaked them out, Howie.
No, what are you talking about?
You should have cleaned out Danny's room. Made it into a guest room or something. An office or whatever.
Why?
Because everybody that went in there was like, oh, you have a son. How old is he? I mean, did you think people weren't going to ask that?
I didn't think about it. Just thought it'd be good for them to see there's a nice room for a kid.
But common sense, Howie. You got these robot sheets on the bed. The conversation's going to come up. And then everybody asks, and then you tell them, and then there's this weirdness in the air.
Only 2 people asked, that's all.
Well, you ooged them out. If you had a kid, would you want to move into a place where a boy just died? People believe in that sort of stuff, you know? House karma, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, they're stupid then.
Yeah, they are. But if you want to sell your house, you got to take that into consideration. I can't believe I'm giving you business advice.
Oh, is that what this is?
I'm just saying that sometimes you have to sort out what is and isn't appropriate to say to people.
But it isn't appropriate to talk about my son?
You're not pulling me into that conversation. If you want to tell total strangers all about Danny and how he died, it's none of my business. God knows it's something you enjoy doing, so you go ahead. But don't be surprised if nobody wants to buy your house. Oh God, Becca's got to stop baking. I'm ginormous. Someone coming?
No. It's just Maddie's still tied up.
So, hey, let me ask you something.
What is it?
Why is Becca so mad at me? Is it just because I'm pregnant, or...
Becca's not mad at you.
Then why does she act so pissed at me sometimes?
I don't know. You should ask her.
I can't.
Why not?
Because that'll only make her more pissed.
Well, yeah, probably.
Is it because she blames me? A little bit, maybe?
Oh my God, is it?
Because if I hadn't called a bitch about Mom, then she wouldn't have left Danny to run into this.
10 months later, you're asking me this?
Well, I don't know.
No. You see, no, nobody blames you.
Okay. So it's just the baby then? The fact that I'm having a baby?
Honestly, I don't think Becca's mood has anything to do with you.
She thinks I can't do it, right? I'm not cut out to be a good mother?
She doesn't think that. Look, you should really be having this conversation with
I
her.
know I've been a fuck up, but people get their shit together.
Of course they do.
And maybe I'm not as organized as Becca or Homie or whatever.
Nobody's comparing you.
Really? Because that would be a first.
Everyone's excited about the baby, is? You gotta understand, there's other stuff going on around here.
I'm not talking about the other stuff. I'm talking about me being a capable person who could raise a child and look after it and protect it. I resent the feeling I get from her. And you too sometimes, honestly, that I don't deserve the baby. Or that I'm not mature enough or smart enough or something to take care of it. I mean, my God, if my mother could do it, how hard could it be?
Be surprised.
No, hey. I just want to feel like you have some faith in me. Because I'm up to it.
Great. I hope you are.
Oh, you hope. Thanks, Howie.
Look, I don't know where you want this conversation to go. And I really don't know why you're having it with me. Fuck, nobody's coming.
You mad?
No,
You seem mad.
just getting a beer. You want one?
No, I don't want a beer. God. Can I ask you something else?
What, do you got a list? Things to ask Howie when he's cornered?
No, not a list.
All right.
You're not gonna like it.
Well, then even better.
Do you know my friend Rima?
This is the question?
No, this is the prologue. You know how some books have prologues?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the concept.
Well, that's Rima. Do you remember her?
Not really.
I brought her to that barbecue 2 years ago. Curly hair, kind of chubby.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, Rima works at Calderone's. In New Rochelle. You know that restaurant?
Yeah.
Well, Rima, although you don't remember her, remembers you pretty well from that barbecue, and she said that she waited on you a couple of weeks ago.
What, did I stiff her on the tip? Said I remembered her, obviously.
She said
I
that
would
you
have
were
been...
with a woman.
I was with another parent from the support group. 2 weeks ago, right? Yeah, we grabbed a bite after the meeting. If Rima had identified herself, I would have introduced them.
Her husband doesn't attend the meetings?
Is this still part of the prologue?
Why were you holding hands? Rima said you were holding hands.
And Rima is what, exactly, your spy?
No, she's a waitress. She was just at work. You were the one sneaking around.
Okay, now I am mad.
Well, I told you weren't gonna like it.
That woman is a friend of mine, whose daughter died of leukemia 6 months ago. Jesus, what are you trying
I'm
to...
just asking a question. You don't have to get defensive about it.
Just because I was holding a person's hand doesn't mean
I
that...
know you and Becca are having troubles.
What are you talking
But
about?
I like to think that if things got to a point where they were unsavable, that you'd be man enough to fish or cut bait.
Now, who said we
and
were
not
having
make
troubles?
things worse than they already are by fucking around behind Becca's back.
You are way
And
off
I
base,
know
Lily.
that there are other stuff going on around here, but that does not excuse it.
This is so beyond ridiculous, I don't even know how to respond to you.
Well, I don't need you to respond. I just wanted to ask the question and say what I had to say. You could do whatever you want about it.
About what? I am not having an affair.
Okay,
I was comforting a friend.
great. I'm glad to hear that.
And I don't know where this Rima person gets off making these offensive assumptions about
She'll
me.
be happy to hear that it was a misunderstanding.
I mean, God, is he? And right after your spiel about us not having faith in you, I mean, what do you think of me?
I'm sorry. It's my sister. I had to ask.
Well, you've asked.
Indeed, I have.
Tell you one thing, if I see this Rima again, I'm gonna tell her what I think of her talking shit about me.
You should. She'd like that. I'm gonna get some juice.
For the record, I hope I did stiff her on the tip.
Huh. Well, yeah. For the record, you did.
Luckily, she read about it in the papers. Of course she did. So when I explained it, she realized who you were.
We should have gotten her phone number. We could have had her over for cocktails.
Hey, they're back.
I was just trying to help.
Well, I don't need you chasing after me, cleaning up my messes,
What happened?
or apologizing for me.
That's not what I was doing.
Oh, did you get a
Something
message about the olive loaf?
No, I shut my phone off.
I had to do something back.
Why?
Because you kept calling.
If
But I
hadn't
wanted
said
olive
something,
loaf.
she would have the cops there.
Cops where?
She would not have called the cops.
You don't know that.
Someone was gonna call the cops?
What happened?
Nothing.
We had a little scene, that's all. Let me do this.
How do we do here? Looks a little light, isn't it?
What kind of scene? What scene did you
In the
have?
supermarket.
You and Mom?
No, I was not involved.
Stupid.
Look, what happened?
This is why I hate shopping. Everything in there is like, oh look, Fruit Loops. Danny liked Fruit Loops. Hey, string cheese. Danny hated string cheese. Everything, Howie. You gotta do some of the food shopping. I'm sick of saying that.
Becca got a little upset.
About what?
There was a boy there.
He reminded you of Danny?
No. Maybe a little. Not really, no.
He had red hair.
What happened was, we were in the same aisle as this kid, and he wanted these roll-ups, fruit roll-ups. And his mom was being a hard ass about it, saying she wasn't going to buy them for him.
And it wasn't because she couldn't afford it, because you could tell she had money.
But the kid starts getting whiny about it, which makes sense, you know, he's 5 years old and he really wants these roll-ups. But the mother wouldn't give in. In fact, she starts ignoring him completely. Just turns her head away and pretends he isn't there. That's gonna shut him up or teach him a lesson or something. This just makes him more upset. So it pissed me off for some reason.
What did?
The way she was ignoring him instead of trying to explain why he couldn't have them.
So, she walked over to her.
What? Why?
I don't know, I just did.
What'd you say?
I said, It's only $3. Why don't you just buy him the fucking roll-ups? She looked a little miffed, but she smiled a little. I don't know why. And explained to me that she didn't want her son eating candy. So I told her it wasn't actually candy. In fact, fruit roll-ups are relatively healthy. They're made with real fruit. Why not just give him a treat? She told me to mind my own business. And then tried to move her cart around me, but ran over my foot by accident, so I smacked her.
What?
Smacked her.
She did. She smacked her. I couldn't believe it. Real hard, too.
Becca.
No. It was terrible. And the kid started crying. I felt awful. Oh, but she pissed me off.
You hit that woman?
Easy, don't.
I'm just saying, glass houses.
I was ignoring him.
She was ignoring him. It was pretty bitchy.
I wanted to shake her, you know? Look at him. Don't pretend he isn't there. I didn't. I stood there. Kind of startled, and she looked kind of startled. And then Mom told me to go into the car, which I did not mean her to do.
I just explained everything. That's all I did. And she was mad about it, but I talked to her and she understood.
No, she didn't.
After I talked with her, I'm saying.
No, I don't think she understood, Mom. You probably made it seem like I was some crazy woman, some unstable.
You did slap her back.
Well, she's lucky that's all I did. Not that it helped. Not that she suddenly realized it was a fruit roll-up. Just give it to him. Am I wrong?
No. I would have smacked her too.
Yeah, well, obviously. I was doing so well, too. I had a bunch of good days in a row, right, Hal?
You can come shopping with me anytime, Beck. I'm gonna give my baby whatever he wants. Candy, whatever.
This is my point, is he?
No, I know. You're saying be with him. She blocked him out instead of appreciating him or whatever. I understand. I totally get it. And if you ever see me do what she did, you could smack me too, okay?
Okay.
Or maybe you taught that lady something.
I don't think so.
Hey, Mom, do they have any Bosco?
Right here.
Oh, good. Let's crack that bad boy open.
What?
Nothing.
Have I shocked you?
No, not shocked. No.
You look shocked.
Do I?
Something. Quiet him down, would you, Howie?
Oh, hello. Hi. I saw the sign outside. So, the open house sign, and the door was open.
You looking to buy a house?
No?
Howie?
What? He said he saw the sign.
I just wanted to say, hey,
Tess! Shut up!
you know who I am, right?
Yeah, we know.
So, since the sign was out there, I thought it'd be okay if I just poked my head in. I've been wanting to say hello for a while, and...
Now's not really a good time for us.
Oh, okay.
We have family visiting.
Right. I was just saying hey anyway. I didn't want to bother you. Just say hello in person. But maybe another time would be better.
Yeah. It's just we have relatives here.
Right. You said. Hi.
Hello.
Another time then.
Yeah, we're around, so.
Becca.
I could come by any afternoon, really. If there's a day, maybe...
Well, the problem is we're trying to sell the house, which takes up big blocks of our time.
It wouldn't take that long. I just want to sit down with you at some point.
Still,
I'd really like to arrange something that's possible.
yeah, and I just told you now's not really a good time.
No, I know. But I wasn't talking about right now.
Great. So why don't you take off then, and we can arrange something in the future, we'll do that.
Okay. Well, I wrote my number down. So, if you free up at all,
Can I just say something to you?
Oh,
Just
Jesus,
because
now.
there's an open house sign doesn't mean we're holding walking tours in here.
I know that.
You can't just pop in because the door's open. We were conducting business.
Well, that's why I waited until that couple left. It looked like things were finished.
Well, they're
here.
not.
Then I apologize.
We live here, okay? This is our home.
All right,
You don't just walk into someone's home like that. Especially given the circumstances. Just show a little respect.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you interrupted. Sorry.
You leave that? Pulse on that kid. Walking in here?
I'm gonna bring this in the laundry room.
What was he out there hiding behind a tree or something? No wonder Taz was barking.
Maybe he was barking because he's hungry. Did you feed him?
No, I got caught up with.
Of course not. You wanted the dogs to battle, but you can never remember to feed him.
Come on, do it.
Nice to know things are getting back to normal around here.
That was the last thing she needed? A kid showing up?
She seemed fine with it. You were the one that got upset.
Yeah? Well, I'm not the one slapping people.
Oh, I don't know. You got pretty close just then. I'm free next week if you want to try this again. Another open house.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
You really should do something about that room, though. Augie does some renovation stuff on the side if you want me to ask him. He can get in there and...
I don't know.
Oh, he does good work. He put up my mother's drywall.
Yeah, I think we got it covered.
Still, I think you should fix things up a little. The room, I mean.
Yeah, I know what you meant.